I thought you might like a little tour around my sewing room. Obviously the most important thing about your sewing room is the sewing machine. That's mine. I use a Brother at the moment. I've had that for around about 7 years, and I don't have a whole collection of sewing machines. I don't see the point because my Brother's fine. My scissors, my pincushion, my light, my magnifying glass, because I'd like to do a lot of work with hands as well, and hand sewing. And then I have a little tray of things that I use all the time on my table. So I've got my duck-billed scissors, not for applique, but they're nice and sharp for cutting fine pieces of thread, and my quick unpick and bobbins that I use regularly. I've got a pin board, and this kind of changes all the time. Sometimes it's photographs of the kids, or I like to just put colours and ideas, and if I see a picture in a magazine then I'll rip it out and I'll pop it up there. And then there's a few things that people have sent me as well, which are really lovely. I appreciate that. As you come up to my shelf at the top, I've got I don't know what's in there. It's stuff that I don't know where to file. Then I've got a whole box full of ribbons. Use a lot of ribbon. Box of bobbins. And bias binding. I use tons of bias binding, so I've got a big box full of that. Box of zips, box of things that I don't use very much, and then all different sizes of piping. Then as you come down again, I've got my scissors, really important tools of the trade. My dressmaking shears are the ones I use more than anything, but I've got different sizes of scissors specifically for paper. I've got my pinking shears there as well, and then my rulers, again some of the things that you've made me. On my table, right, I've got my slice. This is my new addiction, if you like. That's my slice fabric, and I love the designs that cuts out. I've got my Buddha that my eldest son brought me back from Thailand. He's there to wish me good luck. My overlocker tends to gather a little bit of dust because I don't use it often enough. I've got a selection of sprays and glues from Crafter's Companion, stick and stay for fabric, stick and spray for fabric. A box of bobbins. I don't know why, but I tend to use... I just keep filling them up, and that's just a small selection of the bobbins I've got. Then my rulers. I work mainly in inches, but I've got centimetre rulers, I've got the square rulers. I've got loads of cutting mats as well, so some of them are centimetres, some of them are inches. My big one that I normally use is in inches. Buttons, I like to file those into colour categories, if you like. So I've got vintage, I've got pink, I've got red, there's black somewhere. Oh, and I keep this. This is a little box that, you know, if you're cutting with a rotary cutter, and most of my cutting is rotary cutter cutting because I can cut straighter, you get these tiny little bits of fabric. I bought a Simplicity felting machine, and I'm saving all of these bits because I'm going to reuse them. So if you see my bin while you're on my tour of my my room, you'll notice it's practically empty because I save even the smallest little bits. Over at the back there, I've got my pro markers and crayons, tape measure, teddy bear that Nick from Barnsley made me, roving wool, because again I've been playing with my felting machine, so that's felting department. I'm making a dress, so that's my pattern all cut out, and my toile is in there somewhere, and my fabric ready to go. The felting machine, that should be over there with the felting stuff. And then my fabrics, I've got loads of them, all kinds of different colours, and I buy them by the bolts because I use so much fabric. And again, just little projects that I've been making. I've got more fabrics in the corner, they're all on the rolls. So if I come around this side, rolls and rolls of fabric, that's like curtain weight fabric, so that's all heavier weighted stuff, junk. Down here, these are scraps. Well, scraps, some of them are quite big, but that's the thing I reach into if I'm doing smaller projects, if I just want a bit of black and white or a little bit of this, that or the other. My sewing trolley, I love it. Not much room for my sewing machine in there at the moment, but it's really handy for taking your sewing machine around if you're going to, well for me it's to work, but maybe you're going to a class. And then the rest of all of this is just lots and lots of fabric. I keep my bits and bobs in a toolbox, so this comes with me everywhere. So I've got my regular bobbins that I use all the time, the shirring elastic, bits of bias, buttons, got a whole section of different coloured buttons. Oh, I've got a felting pen in there for some reason. Pins, glass head pins I like to use. I've got a whole compartment with feet, so my walking foot, my buttonhole foot, and as you can see, I've got quite a few, and some of those are repeated for some reason. And then this bobbin addiction that I seem to have, a whole load more bobbins in there, all just to fit my sewing machine. the tailor's chalk, bits of elastic, things that you use on a regular basis, no matter what kind of project I'm doing. I've got an applique football, but I don't know why. But you don't throw things away, do you? It might come in handy one day. So that's in there. What else have I got? All the same, really, just bobbins, buttons, and feet. So that's my bits and bobs thing. So that was a quick tour of where I keep everything. The only thing that I haven't shown you where I keep is my dog Elfie, because I like to keep him right at my side.